Womp, 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 womp. I know it's not a very clear shot, but so I ended up showing back up on Black Friday, and you know, the girl at work there was saying around 1 and 2 it's pretty dead. I showed up at 3. I was a little worried that they might have sold out of the tanks. This is a 60 with a hood and stand, which is exactly what I wanted. And price tag over here. Regular price $34,999. Black Friday price $150. $200 off. What a steal. If I had another $150, I would have bought a second one. But I thought it was LED, but it's not. It's just regular fluorescent. That being said, the tank from my last video, the 55 I bought, that is LED, they're the same length and depth. So I can actually take that LED hood and put it on this, which I think I'm going to do, because this is going to be like a nice fancy display tank in my family room, whereas, you know, most of these are just kind of random mishmashes that I breed fish in, or I'm planning on breeding fish in. This one I think is going to be all planted and like cool background and really like just like fancy show fish. I'm not going to be trying to breed anything in it. So that was awesome. I also got a couple fish since they were 50% off. Nothing crazy, but sorry if I'm like jiggling this everywhere. That's the killie. I have 2 swordtails in here. 2 neon swords. They're hiding or something. But I gotta... There's the male. He just shot by. And there's the lyre-tail female. And then I also got a neon female. It's kind of hard to get the shot. She's like right here. And she's super pregnant. I think she'll probably have babies tomorrow morning. If not, at least in the next 72 hours. She's so huge. But I also want to show you guys this thing. This is, hold on, the Marina Breeding Box. I got this at my meeting for $8. I'm pretty sure it's a lot more than that new online. I don't know for sure. They come in 2 sizes. This is the small one. I mean, like, here's my hand. It's, you know, 6-7 inches by, it's not that big. And you're probably thinking, like, why, how does it hang on the outside and work? Like, well, this is what's awesome about this. So, the bigger size, I don't know if it's like twice as big. It's pretty big. This is the small one. And you can get them on kensfish.com. Great site. I get all my food from there. I get a lot of my product from there. It's a really good site with really reasonable rates. They have awesome food, and they'll hook you up. They always send like free samples with everything you buy. So anyways, I have, and this is not an endorsement, I like the site. It's a solid quality site. I got this pump there too, and this is for between 5 and 10 gallon. I got it, I don't know, a couple years ago, I think. But it's great. It was really cheap too. I think it was like $7 or something. It was cheap. I don't know. You could look it up. It's a Fusion Quiet Power. I don't know. I'm not going to try and read all that crap. It's like the smallest one, or second smallest one. So you have the air tube connected to the check valve, connected to the tube that goes into the box. Well, it goes down into this tube, okay? The air bubbles force the water up into the breeder box. So it's constantly cycling. It's being oxygenated, and like the water isn't, getting stale or just setting and whatever. So I have the mama up there. You can't really see, but there's a divider with really, really thin strips that only Fry could get through. And I put all these plants and snails down there because I know the hope is the Fry will swim down into here. Like if I don't get up, if it's been hours after she has her babies, hopefully they'll come down here where she can't get to them to eat them. And I put a bunch of snails down here too, just so they can clean up. So when she has her babies, I take her out, I'll put her back in the tank, I'll take the divider out, and then the babies will just be in here. The Fry can be in here until they're big enough that either... Sorry. I'm the allergy king. They'll be big enough that I can just throw them in here and they can't get swallowed, or I'll throw them in their own tank or a 5-gallon bucket or whatever. But yeah, it constantly cycles, and you don't have to do water changes on the box. If you do a water change on the tank, the water cycles through. And the check valve's great too, because this is a pretty weak pump, but it still is pretty, in such a little box, it was really like shaking up the water. And I know a little Fry probably would just like splash them right over the edge. So I have it so there's just barely a little ripple, but it'll be enough. So that's really, really cool. So this is my first, I've known that these have existed for a few years, but this will be my actual first attempt at trying to raise some Fry in them. And I'm looking forward to it, because they just seem awesome. Like, I can't really think like anything that's wrong. Like, even I won't be able to catch it on this camera, but the water comes back out right here. And there's two different screens. Like if you're having a bigger fish that's going to have bigger Fry, you can get a screen that's there's two screens that come with it that are a bit thicker. So more water flow will go through, but the bigger Fry still won't go through. But this is a swordtail, and the Fry are not tiny, but they're pretty small. So I use the smaller screen, and there's an overflow right here. So if like the outflow gets all clogged up, it'll just go through this overflow, so it won't flood and pour all over the floor or whatever. That's awesome. So I'm sure people are like, what the hell is this? It's just, I just tore a chunk off a paper bag and stuck it between the trap and the tank, because she was freaking out. She could see all the fish in the tank and everything, and was just like headbutting the trap, wanting to get back into the tank, because fish are pretty damn stupid. So I just put this paper bag in here, because what she can't see, she no longer realizes is there. And it's definitely calmed her down. I mean, she's just chilling there now. Just sitting there, hopefully having babies tomorrow morning. But yeah, she was just like attacking the wall, like wanting to get back into the 10-gallon. So it's just a blinder, and it worked. I think what I'll do is like what I do with a lot of these tanks, with this tank, with pretty much every tank I have set up, paint the back black I think I'll do that with the trap. I think I'll paint the back black and the bottom black. And also, most fry, not all, but most fry, naturally, instinctively head towards dark spots. So that would help too. I guess like with casualties or whatever. Because as soon as they're born, they'll see that it's black down here, so it seems like dense and safe where they can hide. So they'll just swim right through the guard and be down there and be safe. And then, you know, you can take the mom out and, you know, for maximum fry retention or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, this thing's kind of starting to become quite a mess. I took a lot of the guppy grass out. Not a lot, but about at least a quarter, maybe a third, to give to my brother's daughter for her goldfish bowl, and my sister's son for his goldfish bowl. I bought him a 10-gallon tank for Christmas. But I have stuff. I need to start dosing it with trace elements and fertilizer and stuff, because it looks much greener in the film than it actually is. It's getting pretty craptastic looking. Like that right there is just a huge ball of algae. Just big, furry, gross algae. And that's not necessarily bad, but the plants, you can't really see. The plants are looking pretty bad. All the leaves are like falling off and stuff, and oof. Sorry, I'm sitting down. I'm an old man. So I'm going to start dosing again. I'm going to need to go get some stuff. Maybe in my next video I'll show you what I used to use, which I should start using again as fertilizer. Back in the day when I was like really into planted tanks, which I want to get into again, I dosed often, at least once a week. And my plants looked amazing. And it's expensive, but you can recoup the expense by selling all the extra plants that end up growing because of, you know, the care. I've never done CO2, and I probably never will because it's so expensive, and I don't know. But yeah, you can get some pretty average plants, and if you just treat them right, they'll grow like crazy. And you might not make a profit, but you can at least break even with all the chemicals. So if she has her drop tomorrow, I'll make a video about it. I have no idea what they're gonna be. You know, she's a PetSmart swordtail with a bunch of other random ones. It could be anything. It's not necessarily the same like color she is or anything. Either way, I'm gonna raise them up and, you know, sell them off or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna set up my 60 soon. I'm gonna put that 55 where these empty 20s are, and finally get this thing going again. And that's me. Time's pretty much up, so thanks for watching. And as soon as, well, as I burp, as soon as I have some more news to share, I'll make another video. As always, if you want, ask me any question about anything fish related or pretty much animal related, and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.